board members may have a discussion about conferences, visitations, legislation, special recognition, donations, etc. Does anyone want to begin?
I do.
Okay.
I attended the first time ever Somerton Stampede Fall Festival. I just wish that more board members would be in there, as well as administrators, to support. I want to give kudos to the Student Council and to Ms. Hasso, the sponsor. You guys doing a great job, and also thank the staff and teachers that help out, and volunteers as well. So it was a great event. It was a lot of kids there. I had a lot of fun. I even took my pool campers to the festivity as well. So hopefully next year you guys can attend.
As he looks at me. Anybody else?
So I was able to, I'm not going to give too much detail, attend the transition fair, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I have to give a shout out to Casey Baker. She's going to do a little presentation today, so I will leave it at that, but it was great. I also attended some of the A-team ceremonies. Always good, so uplifting to see how many students are achieving that goal. Anyway, good things.
Thank you. I'm going to echo exactly what you said, Christy. Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 2.2, Superintendent's Report. Tim.
All right, thank you very much. It's good to be back. I know I missed last month, so thank you, Mr. Bosch and board, for graciously allowing me to miss. Very excited tonight because we have a lot of staff and students here, because we had a lot of student successes over the last few months. And today, though, we're going to start off with student council reports. We are moving San Luis to December, so we're looking forward to them to present in December. But right now, we're going to hear from Somerton High School.
Good afternoon, President Kravitz, board members, Superintendent Mr. Brianza, and Associate Superintendents. My name is Ariana Villafaña, and I'm here with...
I'm Nilani Valdez.
And we're from Somerton High School Student Council, and this is our presentation.
There you go. So on July 29th was our very first day of school, where we welcomed our very first upperclassmen consisting of juniors, and we cannot wait for the future in the next year where we will have seniors, and we will officially be a four-year school going from 9th through 12th.
We also hosted a parent academy, which was from September 2nd through the 23rd, and essentially it was a tool for parents to help guide their children through high school.
So Somerton High School is really excited to announce that we now have 21 new clubs in order, one of them consisting of girls flag football, which we have seen a positive interest in, and a lot of them cannot wait for it to become an official AIA sport in the Yuma district. We also have Model UN, which is a debate between countries where kids get to learn the importance of negotiation and treaties, and also our Torah Times News Guild, which will be our new and upcoming, where we would get our announcements and updates at Somerton High School. We have not yet published our first article, but when it does, we hope to share it with all of you guys.
Also, as a three-year school, we officially have varsity and JV sports. For the fall season, the first teams to make us proud were cross-country, football, spirit line, golf, swim, and as well as volleyball.
So on October 12th, we gathered our varsity football players, cheerleaders, and our student council course. And we went class to class, spreading our school spirit to celebrate our very first home varsity football game versus amphitheater.
Adding on to what Neilani previously said, we also had the first varsity home football game on September 12th as well, and it was a milestone for us because we've never had a varsity team, and we invited the community to come and cheer our Toros on. Hey Neilani, what day was our assembly on?
On October 3rd, we held our first assembly of the year which was to highlight our fall varsity sports consisting of football, golf, swim, cross country, volleyball, and spirit line. Jeez, those are a lot. So our athletes and teachers were able to participate and collaborate in multiple games consisting of a mummy toilet paper wrapping contest, which was student versus teachers, a hula hoop relay race, which was student athlete versus student athlete, and a finish the lyrics song, which was teachers versus teachers. Some of them were Baby by Justin Bieber. Also, if you guys didn't get the reference in the beginning, it was a Mean Girls reference.
More recently, as of last week, we also hosted our Fall Stampede, and it was a fall festival to celebrate the fall season. It was Snoopy themed, and we invited several clubs from our school. They sold snacks, games, as well as drinks, and part of the proceeds did go to the Yuma Community Food Bank.
So in the month of October, we recognized our student and student athletes of the month for their dedication, excellence, and of course, Toro spirit. Some of our nominees or honorees were Grace Joya, Isaac Valdez, and of course, Miss Adriana Villafania.
We also have a student-led athletic committee, also known as SLAC, and it is essentially a committee chosen by our athletic advisor. He chooses students from several sports, including cross country, golf, swim, spirit line, soccer, and wrestling, in order for us to have a say on varsity sports and how to make improvements.
So going back to our A-team ceremony, on October 29th, we hosted our spring A-team ceremony, I was about to say fall, where we recognized 65 juniors and sophomores who all earned all A's the previous semester, and we are beyond proud for their academic excellence.
Also, our Somerton High School marching band had 3 expos, one at San Luis High School, one at the Somerton Corn Festival, and one at the Yuma Parade, the Veterans Day Parade, and they were able to showcase their skills.
Thank you so much for your time, and that concludes our presentation. And remember to win with excellence. Go Toros!
Thank you very much. Madam President, that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on from that fun presentation to informational item 3.1. I'm so sorry, Brenda, that you get to follow them, but it's the budget update.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, story of my life. I always, get to follow the presentations, and then here I am with my monthly budget. My name is Brenda Higuera. I'm the Director of Finance, and this is our monthly budget update. Your first page is our maintenance and operations budget. You'll see our salaries, our fixed expenditures, and our school budgets with totals at the bottom. So for page 1, we're about 25% spent there. And then if you go to page 2 is our maintenance and operations for the different departments. And you can see the totals, and for our budget amount for the 25-26 fiscal year, 106,976, and of that we have spent 23,311,61, so about 22%. And then the next one is our capital budget. You'll see our expenditures there. These are as of November 3rd. You'll see our different departments as well as our school budgets. So for our capital, our budget for the year is 11,087,304. Expenditures as of 11/3, 2,189,873. So about 20% of what we have budgeted. Okay. And then the last page is our student activities fund report, and you'll see the cash, the ending cash balance for the district. Total is $706,793.36, And then on the bottom, you'll see the revenues and the expenditures. And the expenditures are always more because that's what we want to see, that they're spending the money, because we have those big balances. So you'll see like a negative on there, the 28,184.12. That means that they spent more than what they took in for the month. Any questions?
I have one,
Mhm.
which is back on page 1
Yes.
of the budget. Oops, I went too far. The line that says insurance and bonding, we were at 93% last month, and this month we're at 92%. Two-part question, are we going to go over budget, and why did it go down?
So our insurance and bonding is, we have to pay it up front. That's part of that is our workers' comp. So we pay it at the beginning, which is why it's usually like it's saying that's what we've budgeted for the year. And then as that's coming in, then you'll see it go down. But we shouldn't, it shouldn't go over it. You'll see it go down as the year goes on.
Okay.
That's why you see the difference.
That's all for me. Anybody else? Thanks, Brenda.
You're welcome.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 3.2, handbook, dress code, and technology. Tim?
It's perfectly okay to clap for Brenda, so I think
Yes.
we need to give her a round of applause. So, yes, I did recognize that they wanted to give her an applause, and it's only right to applaud numbers. So I do appreciate that. It's a good segue because the group that wanted to applaud is going to be up next. So we're really excited to have actually I screwed up. I was going to have our CT kids come up. Sorry, no one caught that except Derek. That's not a good segue. So coming up next is going to be Eric Patton to talk about our handbook. I do apologize. To talk about our handbook. We did have a board member, Craddock, a few months ago talk about just hearing more about the dress code. We do have the principals in the house who I'd like to invite up to the podium as well. Our Chief Communication Officer, Eric Patton, will help lead the presentation regarding the handbook, dress code, and also cell phone policy and a few other things. I encourage board members, if you have questions, feel free to ask, because we have our amazing administrators here to help answer questions. So I'll turn over to you, Eric.
Thank you, Mr. Brienza, and good evening, board members and superintendents. My name is Eric Patton. I'm Chief Communications Officer, and I was voluntold to put this presentation together in collaboration with our principals and Mr. Brienza. So I wanted to talk about a few things regarding our handbook and a couple of the new things that have come up. I even actually went on Jennifer Blackwell's show in August to talk about a couple of the items that we're going to discuss today. But I want to give you guys a little background on the handbook for those watching, those in the audience, and especially you guys who I believe have probably heard some of this before. We redesigned our handbook in 24-25. In the past, it had been essentially a Word document inside a spiral-bound planner in a lot of ways. We went into a full redesign to make it a lot more user-friendly, a lot more usable on a day-to-day basis, and also digitize it to make it available online in both English and Spanish. And I have an update that we got our first proof for our Spanish version of the 25-26 handbook this afternoon, about an hour ago. So we'll be reviewing that and should have that on the online publicly available in the next couple, 3 weeks. So that's the second bullet, that we had done an English and Spanish version for the first time ever last year. That digital focus was important. There's multiple versions of it. There's a flipbook version that's a little bit more interactive, and of course the traditional PDF that you can download. There's links that are on our website, and inside the handbook itself are QR codes to access other areas of the website, including a couple that we're going to talk about today. And then we alerted all of our families via social media and Parent Square about the new handbook each year when it comes out. And the last thing, and kind of segueing into the content that you guys want to hear about, is that the content in the handbook, all 68 pages of it, were reviewed by multiple stakeholder groups within the district. Campus administrators played a role in it, district personnel, including myself, and that went into reviewing it, coming up with the layout and design, and deciding exactly what we were going to talk about in it and what we weren't. So one of the first things that was updated, and I don't want to say completely changed, but it was updated to be more reflective in the handbook than as it is in policy. So those two match. I think there was some confusion in previous iterations of the handbook for families, because when we did the redesign in 24-25, some things were left out, some things were paraphrased that might not have been exactly the way it was said in policy. So we tried to do a better job of cleaning that up in that Dress for Success section by aligning what's said in the handbook with what's said in policy exactly. So we worked with schools to make sure that that policy matched what was said in the handbook, as well as what was going on the campus as far as what was being noticed and what wasn't. Obviously, the main point of that was to reduce confusion, but also make sure that we had a leg to stand on if there were some concerns with families or students. Three of the most common violations that that campuses have seen, and this was in consultation with our principals in preparing for tonight, are listed up there. So anything that is paraphernalia relating to alcohol, tobacco, or drugs on clothes that students are wearing. When undergarments are exposed, that's something that's more commonly noticed or seen at our campuses. And of course, obscene language or images are another thing, and probably the third of the three that are the most common and brought up. Now, we're going to transition to another area of the handbook. I'm going to get through that, and then if you guys have questions about the dress code specific section or the other sections that we're going to discuss, it's probably best to talk about that all at the end, but if you guys would prefer to ask questions about the dress code now, we can do that.
We'll take your lead.
We'll just keep going. All right. So there are several priorities with the dress code, and this is our last slide about it. The number one priority is the instructional time that students are spending in class. So, you know, our dropout rate is as low as it's ever been at 1.13%, and all of our schools had at least a B in the A through F letter grade system, and of course we know that Gila Ridge and San Luis both were the first to have A's in Yuma Union history. So really that focus on having the students in seats in the classroom is the number one priority. As far as dress code goes, all of the schools hold some form of training for staff for what to observe or what to report back or make note of in their pre-service before the school year starts. And they're looking mostly, the number one priority for what they're looking for are things that are considered like a health or a safety violation. And so when they're out during like passing periods or things like that, watching students go by, the number one thing is looking out for the students being safe, the students not being in danger in any way. You know, so we're talking about fights, people doing things that they're not supposed to do on campus. And then secondarily, they would be observing dress code type things during passing period. The first consequence or the first thing when dress code violations come up is that it results in a conversation between the administrator, the student, and sometimes the parent. And often that conversation leads to opening the door to conversations that find out different types of supports. There may be a reason that the student was dressing or wearing certain clothes or paraphernalia that opens the door for a larger conversation. And the big conversation, you know, we talk about having our students be college, community, and career ready when they graduate. So how do you represent yourself? So when a student is cited for dress code or they're brought into the office, it's not a matter of just saying you shouldn't wear that, go change. It's really about let's choose better, make better choices in how we represent ourselves as a future adult or future member of the community. And I think that all comes together in balancing and meeting the needs of the students while also maintaining those priorities about health and safety and learning and keeping kids in the classroom. One other element of the handbook that was oft talked about and was also part of my conversation on the radio was about cell phone usage in class. And this was a positive change for many in the community, and particularly it brought a renewed focus to learning in the classroom. Communication was the key, and it's sort of apropos that I'm the one talking about this because being in charge of communication, it wasn't just me, it was a team effort from our campuses to the media and the public to people being made aware just in word of mouth conversations about this new law that was put in effect in the spring to be in our schools in the 25-26 school year. Essentially what it says is students can't have cell phones out during instructional time. Can they have cell phones on campus? Absolutely, but they're only supposed to be out when it's in a passing period or lunchtime, before school, on the bus. But when we're in class and in instructional time, that's not the time to have the phone out. Just anecdotally, when I visited campuses and talking to the principals and preparing for this, we have noticed a strong decrease in the number of phones out in class, unless it's for a structured activity around them. And that's been something to really celebrate through the first 3 months of the school year, as we head towards the end of the first semester. And we want to keep continuing that progress just by making everybody aware. And I think students have been the biggest ones to buy in and participate in it willingly, because it's made a big difference in their experience in class. I believe that's the last slide. I should know, I made the slideshow, but yes, it is. So I'd like to open it up to questions. I'd be happy to answer some if it's relating to the handbook design or layout or communication stuff. And if it's stuff specifically about what's going on our campuses, I'll turn it over to the principals.
Please.
I don't necessarily have a question, but the reason I requested this presentation is mainly for the public, so that they could see how hard we work at preparing our students to be community, career, what's the other one? College prepared. It is a known fact, when you dress for success, you carry yourself different, you act different. When you come to school in inappropriate clothing or pajamas or whatever, you don't carry yourself the way that you should. And so it wasn't that I was questioning our decisions and the things that we do. It was to showcase what our campuses and our administrators do for our children.
I have a campus level question. So for all those very happy people that are behind you, one of the questions that I got when this agenda was prepared was, what if there's an emergency? Can my student still get to their cell phone? And so I would love for you to answer that.
Yeah, they're the phones are not kept locked up out of reach. They're not in use. So it looks a little different probably on each campus and every classroom, but usually they're put away in the backpack. And in many classrooms, the backpack is at the front of the room or on the side, but they absolutely can get access to it at any time within a few seconds.
Everybody agree with that? Okay, I just wanted to ask that question for parents. Thank you. Anybody else?
They can still wear their watches.
Yeah, smart watches are not an issue. I think the only time that comes up is during certain testing that we give.
Okay, thanks everybody so much. We appreciate learning.
If I could just add that I really appreciate Brett Pavey stepping up first to answer all the questions. But I do think we do need to give our administrators a round of applause,
Yeah,
because they
for
work
sure.
really hard. And it is not easy with technology or dress code, but at the same time, they work with every student with unique needs, and I do appreciate their work. So
We all do. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I know this is a policy handbook for the parents. For the dress code issues, and the same thing with the cell phones, what are the consequences?
The consequences are going to be, usually it's progressive discipline, but sometimes it's they have to change their shirt, or it could be a detention. But the handbook clearly outlines whether it's a class 2, class 3, class 4.
That's what
Yeah.
And you don't need a specific login to get into the handbook. Anybody can get
it's
in,
online.
correct? Okay. All right, thank you. There's a button on the homepage.
Yeah, it's on the homepage right when you get on the main homepage for every campus and our district. It says student handbook, student parent handbook. You can click on it too.
Okay, thank you so much. Moving on to informational item 3.3, National Competition Career and Technical Education, Miss Lori Honeycutt. Even
They're going to do presentations.
fabulous.
They're our state and regional officers.
Please join us.
Good evening, Mr. Brienza, governing board members, and associate superintendents. Madam Chairperson, I am Arizona Skills USA Region 1 President Isabella Bean Davis from Cibola High School.
Madam Chairperson, I am the Arizona FCCLA State Officer, Chelsea Moraga, Vice President of Finance from San Luis High School.
Madam Chairperson, I am Skills USA Arizona State Historian Emily Valtierra from Kofa High School.
Thank you for the opportunity to share a few of the many successes students in Yuma Union High School District have had at state and national level from all levels across career, technical, and student opportunities.
We will start chronologically with FFA. On February 5th, Keeler Ridges High School's FFA turf team placed third at the FFA National Turf Invitational. The team was composed of 5 Gila Ridge FFA members. Following Gila Ridge's FFA success, the Yuma Union High School District agri-science teachers and their advisory board members chose to submit the turf certification test as a new state-approved test. The certification test is now an option to all CTE agri-science students who might be interested in pursuing a career in turf management. Gila Ridge's FFA plans on attending the next turf contest in February 2026 in San Antonio, Texas, where they hope to repeat their success. If any of the Gila Ridge's FFA turf management team members are in the room, please stand to be recognized.
On June 17th to the 22nd, 3 teams from Kofa, 1 student from Cibola, and 1 student from San Luis had the incredible opportunity to compete at the International HOSA Conference in Nashville, Tennessee. These 14 students competed in the following contests: Medical Reserve Corps, Public Health Promotion, Organizational Leadership, and Job-Seeking Skills. While the students did not bring home any medals this year, those who remain in high school were challenged to achieve even greater success at the upcoming Arizona HOSA competition. If you are a student who represented Arizona at the International HOSA competition, please stand and be recognized by our governing board.
From June 22nd to June 30th, 7 students from San Luis, Gila Ridge, and Yuma High, along with state officers from Cibola, who had an AWC class this evening and could not attend, participated in the FBLA National Conference in Los Angeles, California. The students competed in the following contests: Agribusiness, Introduction to Marketing Concepts, Securities and Investments, Business Management, and Local Chapter Annual Business Reports. If you attended the FBLA National Conference, please stand to be recognized.
The Skills USA National Leadership and Skills Conference was held June 22nd to the 28th in Atlanta, Georgia, and 35 students from Cibola, Kofa, and San Luis High School attended, proudly representing Yuma Union High School District in a variety of competitions. We also want to extend our gratitude to several of you, the governing board, superintendent, and associate superintendents who came to watch our students compete. It was truly an honor to have you on the floor during the competition. Skills USA members, if you are here this evening, please stand and be recognized.
The Marine Corps Air Rifle team from Kofa High School has had an incredible success this year at all entry levels. Here's a summary of their successes. Hernandez received Distinguished Shooting Badge First Cadet in program to achieve this accomplishment. FCCLA students traveled to the national competition in Orlando, Florida from July 4th through 10th. While we enjoyed networking with other students from nationwide, visited some national famous parks, Our primary goal was to compete and succeed. Students from Cibola, COFA, San Luis, along with one advisor, represented our district proudly. Here are the achievements that were recognized on stage, and students, if you're in the audience, please stand to be recognized.
Thank you again for allowing us to come and present to you. We sincerely appreciate you all for your support that we receive every day. We also know that every time we travel, both the Yuma Union High School District Governing Board and our superintendents are 100% behind all of our successes. So thank you. You are what make all of us great.
Thank you very much. And students, we'd love to have you for the entire meeting, but you do not have to stay. So if you want to take a minute and exit, please feel free. Thank you for coming. Moving on in our agenda to informational item 3.4, the transition fair. Ms. Lilly.
Well, Mr. Keller will take the mic, and Ms. Baker. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Brienza, Associate Superintendents and Governing Board. It's my privilege to introduce Mrs. Casey Baker, our YUHSD Transition Specialist. Mrs. Baker played a key role in coordinating the transition fair that occurred on October 22nd, 2025, an event that united more than 20 community partners and all 7 district high schools to provide vital transitions resources for families and students with special needs throughout Yuma County. So here is Mrs. Baker.
Hello, members of the board, Mr. Brienza, Ms. Campa, Mr. Bosch, and Mr. Jankowski. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak and present at tonight's meeting. On October 22nd, the district hosted a community transition fair for YUHSD ESS students and families. We chose to open this event to the entire community, regardless of age or school affiliation, to help educate and inform individuals with disabilities and their families about available community resources sooner rather than waiting until they reach transition age. We invited our feeder school districts and charter schools to help establish and strengthen collaborative pathways. Attendees were able to ask questions and gather information from local and state agencies. As you can see on the displays, we had close to 30 agencies in attendance and about 200 attendees throughout the night. Avenir Financial graciously donated funds to provide a food truck on site, offering mini donuts and lemonade. We often hear that Yuma doesn't have many resources for individuals with disabilities. However, this event demonstrates just how much our community truly has to offer. Families simply need continued opportunities to discover and connect with those supports. By bringing everyone together, we are helping raise awareness and ensuring no family feels alone as they navigate transition planning. Looking ahead to refine next year's transition fair, we sent out post-event surveys to gather feedback. Some responses noted that the event felt a bit crowded. So based on the information, we have requested both the PD classroom and the boardroom to allow for more space. We will continue to invite the entire Yuma community and surrounding areas to attend in order to support families and help reduce some of the overwhelming pressure they may feel during their child's final IEP meetings. I appreciate your time and the opportunity to inform you about this wonderful event. Thank you.
Thank you. I did have the privilege of attending. It was so well run. It was so well attended. The families that were there were, honestly, I don't mean to exaggerate, they were ecstatic. And it was just a wonderful thing to see. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for doing it. And what a great service we have for our population here. Thank you.
And there's another one, December 5th.
Yes, San Luis High School is hosting their third annual Posada / Transition Fair, and I'm helping Miss Renaga kind of co-chair it, getting this, hopefully the same agencies, and really inviting the whole San Luis community and the Yuma community to attend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to informational item 3.5, which is the first read of policy. We had it in our books. It was the board authority to employ background check. There was just a little verbiage in there. Does anybody have a question for Bobby? I think you do such a great job in preparing us. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I love the clapping. This is great. Moving on to item 4, call to the public. Oh no. Here we go, call to the public. Any person wishing to speak may present the information at this time only. All presentations are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 15 minutes on each subject. Before you begin to speak, identify yourself by clearly stating for the record your name. Comments by members of the governing board in response to any public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter or requesting rescheduling of the matter for further consideration at a later date. Is there anybody who wishes to speak, because I don't have any cards? Nothing. Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 5, consent items. Adoption of items of routine nature and those that normally do not require deliberations on part of the governing board. A board member may pull items, which will be discussed and voted on separately. I have not been informed of any items to pull, so may I please have a motion?
I recommend to the governing board to approve the consent items as submitted.
Second? Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Christie. Any comments, questions? Let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Action item 6.1, accepting of donations. My favorite thing to experience, and it's a long read, so I'll try and go as fast as possible. To Cibola High School, APS Supply My Class donated classroom supplies to Cibola High School, benefiting the classrooms of Ms. Carrasco. The estimated value of this donation is $500. Thunderbirds Foundation donated $1,500 to the Cibola High School girls golf team to be used as needed to support the program. Donor's Choice donated clarinet reeds, alto, tenor, and baritone saxophone reeds to the Cibola High School band program. The estimated value of this donation is $601.93. The Beauty Bar donated professional master classes to the Cibola High School aesthetics program to provide students with professional level instruction, hands-on product development, and exposure to beauty industry standards as part of their work-based learning curriculum. The estimated value of this donation is $36,000. Education Foundation of Yuma donated recycling bins and a utility cart to the Cibola High School School to Work class. The estimated value of this donation is $450. Education Foundation of Yuma donated event materials to the Cibola High School Unified PE classes to assist in hosting a family event focused on improving healthy outcomes. The estimated value of this donation is $1,000. To Gila Ridge High School, Hawks Boys Soccer Booster donated $2,500 to the Gila Ridge High School Boys Soccer Program to cover travel costs. APS Supply My Class donated classroom supplies to Gila Ridge High School, benefiting the classrooms of Ms. Covarrubias, Ms. Wild, Mr. Wright, Mr. Pena, and Ms. Lee North. The estimated value of this donation is $2,500. Claire Willamy donated concession items to the Gila Ridge High School FCCLA to be sold during fundraising events. The estimated value of this donation is $80. Fitzpatrick Media Group donated $1,000 to the Gila Ridge High School Athletic Department to be used as needed. Arizona Cardinals Foundation donated $1,000 to the Gila Ridge High School football program to be used as needed. Education Foundation of Yuma donated classroom supplies to the Gila Ridge High School Ceramics 1 and 2 classes. The estimated value of this donation is $1,098.46. To Kofa High School, APS Supply My Class donated classroom supplies to Kofa High School, benefiting the classrooms of Ms. Brown, Mr. Franz, and Ms. Zaragoza. The estimated value of this donation is $1,500. Adopt My Classroom donated classroom supplies to Kofa High School, benefiting the classroom of Forensic Science and Chemistry. The estimated value of this donation is $647.17. Thunderbirds Foundation donated $1,500 to the Kofa High School boys golf team to be used as needed. The Queens of Volleyball Booster Club donated $386 to the Kofa High School Volleyball Student Club to be used for the purchase of senior gifts or as needed to support the program. The Queens of Volleyball Booster Club donated $1,600.03 to the Kofa High School Volleyball Program to support expenses associated with the program, including but not limited to travel, tournament fees, equipment, and other related needs. Donors Choose donated classroom supplies to the Kofa High School English classrooms. The estimated value of this donation is $166.35. The Royal Dancers Parent Booster donated $3,000 to the Kofa High School Performing Dance Program to be applied toward expenses for the 2026 field trip to Los Angeles. Grand Canyon University donated transportation services for 40 Kofa High School students in Law and Public Safety Levels 1 and 2 classes to visit the GCU campus, supporting their college and career exploration efforts. It doesn't say what that one was valued at.
No, it wasn't listed on donation form, so it's just the service of transportation alone.
Okay. Are we allowed to accept a donation with no monetary value applied? I'm sorry to interrupt as I'm reading it.
No, you're not interrupting. I'll have to research that.
Okay. Thank you. San Luis High School, the Skills USA Engineering chapter donated concession items to the San Luis High School Skills USA Engineering program to be sold during fundraising events. The estimated value of this donation is $100. APS Supply My Class donated classroom supplies to San Luis High School, benefiting the classrooms of Ms. Bailey and Ms. Pardita. The estimated value of this donation is $1,000. Maria Sierra donated 2 Barnes & Noble gift cards and 2 bookmarks to San Luis High School to be used as prizes for the reading challenge. The estimated value of this donation is $62. Armando Angulo donated 28 books to the San Luis High School Library to be used by students throughout the academic year. The estimated value of this donation is $280. Andrea Aranda donated 6 books to the San Luis High School Library to use by students throughout the academic year. The estimated value of this donation is $60. Alonzo Gonzalez donated concession items to the San Luis High School Girls Tennis Club to sell during fundraising events. The estimated value of this donation is $220. Donors Choose donated classroom supplies to San Luis High School, benefiting the classrooms of Ms. Sanchez. The estimated value of this donation is $166. To Somerton High School, Irene Rascon donated face painting kits, face brushes, and makeup wipes to the Somerton High School Model UN Club to use in fundraising events. The estimated value of this donation is $60. Thunderbirds Foundation donated $3,000 to the Somerton High School boys and girls golf teams to be split evenly and be used for uniforms, equipment, meals, and additional greens fees. Dancers Workshop of Yuma donated a variety of dance costumes and accessories to the Somerton High School Toro dance crew to use in their future performances. The estimated value of this donation is $1,000. Nellie M. Guiza, I'm sorry if I ruined that, donated concession items to the Somerton High School Toros dance crew to sell during fundraising events. The estimated value of this donation is $200. Carly Campa donated a variety of dance costumes to the Somerton High School Toro dance crew to use in future performances. The estimated value of this donation is $1,000. Tamara Kay donated football cleats to the Somerton High School football program. The estimated value of this donation is $150. Toros Locos Booster Club donated $3,895.56 to the Somerton High School Athletics Department to be used for transportation and is needed by the boys and girls wrestling programs. To Vista High School, APS Supply My Classroom donated classroom supplies to Vista High School, benefiting the classrooms of Ms. Mida. The estimated value of this donation is $500. To Yuma High School, Julie Callahan donated professional photography services to the Yuma High School FFA program for their year-end banquet. The estimated value of this donation is $500. Arizona Ag Education donated garden beds, soil, and an irrigation system to the Yuma High School Ag Education program. The estimated value of this donation is $1,400. Carly Stanley donated a 1958 steel trophy. Al Madison and Doug Stanley, I combine those, and Doug Stanley to the Yuma High School Hall of Fame. The estimated value of this donation is $200. Gail White donated a Canon EOS 450D Rebel XSL camera, including strap, carrying case, and 2 lens attachments to the Yuma High School Mastery of the Arts program for use in the photography class. The estimated value of this donation is $100. Arizona Metal Center donated a hot-rolled flat bar to the Yuma High School welding class. The estimated value of this donation is $198.95. Linda Cordavo donated 2 yearbooks from 1947 and 1949 to the Yuma High School archives. The estimated value of this donation is $50. Donors Choose donated art supplies to the Yuma High School art classes. The estimated value of this donation is $675.67. Heritage Public Library donated 65 novels to the Yuma High School Library. The estimated value of this donation is $1,170. The total donations this month are $73,000. $18.39, and the total year-to-date donations are $381,763.43. And if we continue with this generous spirit and we get to 5 pages, everybody's going to have to grab a page. I would like a little advisement on a recommendation for approving these donations.
Yeah, I would approve it with the exception of the one from Grand Canyon, since we're not sure on the legality of that. I do know they pay for the bus and they pay for everything. It's just our students riding it, but I would recommend that we have a motion without that in there, so that way we have all the legality in place.
Okay, would somebody like to make that? Okay. It's on, I think it's on the second page.
I move that the governing board approve the above listed donations without the Grand Canyon University donating transportation services for 40 Kofa High School students in law and public safety level 1 and 2.
Second.
Motion made by Christy, seconded by David. Are there any comments? Thank you, everybody. Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Okay, action item 6.2, consideration and direction on ASBA bylaw change proposal. We had this in our board book. It's a single vote encompassing multiple updates. The recommendation is action deemed appropriate by the board. Is there any direction that anybody wants to take with this? Is there any action that anybody would like to take on this? Okay. Then let's proceed to action item 6.3. Is there a 6.3? Yep. Approval of a new job description. We had this in our book. Bobby's making his way up there for the new description of communications and marketing manager effective tomorrow. Anything that wasn't in the book that we need to know?
No, ma'am.
Any questions from anybody? I know it's a financial savings, so that's great.
Yes.
May I have a motion?
Before I understand we're going to start in-house first, right? Before we go.
Yeah, the intent, if recommended, is approved by the board, the job description, then the intent is to open it up in-house first and then go from there.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
I move to approve the new job description of Communications and Marketing Manager effective November 13th, 2025.
I second.
Motion made by Shelley, seconded by Carlos. Any other comments? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Action item 6.4, which is a call for executive session. Is there a motion?
The motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Thank you. Motion made by Carlos, seconded by Shelley. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Have a good month, everybody.
Oh, okay, okay, good.
Workers just yet, but that could.
Yeah.
Yeah, once harvest. Okay, we are back in regular session, and we're going to move on to item 6.5, consideration to approve evaluation and performance-based pay for our superintendent. Is there a motion, please?
I move that the governing board approve the superintendent's November evaluation and award the performance-based pay associated with the contract.
Motion made by Christie, seconded by Shelley. Are there any comments? Then let's proceed to vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item 7, future agenda items. Anybody have anything? Okay. Well, then our next meeting of the board, the regular meeting, is Wednesday, December 10th at 5:15 right here. Is there a motion to adjourn? I second. Motion made by Shelley, seconded by me. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion.
The reference is not to do with the agenda. I'll be having surgery on the 11th on my knee. So
You will not be
day
here.
before one day after the meeting,
Oh, one day after.
after the meeting.
Okay.
Are you coming or no?
I'll be coming to the meeting,
Okay.
but on the 11th, I'll be having my knee surgery.
All those in favor of adjournment, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? It is adjourned.